In this video, we're going to be discussing what runners really want for Christmas. All right, welcome back everyone. This is John with Motivation Theory Running, and every year I see tons and tons of videos about what runners want for Christmas, what you should be buying runners, and there's all kinds of gadgets and everything out there. And I'm going to tell you, while we do appreciate the socks and the shirts and the massage guns and all the rest of the stuff that is out there that is pretty cool, but I can tell you, runners do not go to sleep at night dreaming about massage guns and things like that. Foam rollers, those are just part of the things that we do. So I pose the question to the specific audience that we're talking about, runners all around the world, from every kind of background, what they would want for Christmas, their number one gift that they would want for Christmas. I asked this of the Motivation Theory Run Club on Strava, and if you aren't aware, we do have a run club. If you go on to Strava, if you're on Strava, it's free if you want to, no cost. So I asked this 450 plus member group, if you had to choose one gift, your number one gift for Christmas, what would it be? And shockingly, it was right in line of what I thought it would be. It wasn't socks, it wasn't shirts, it's not massage guns or foam rollers or headbands or anything else you think you can buy a runner. Runners are very particular. We love certain things. So let's go ahead and jump in here and see what they said. So it was pretty common across most answers, it was shoes. So it's hard to buy people's shoes, but you can buy them gift certificates. You can go take a look, you can sneak out in the garage or at the front door or in the basement, wherever they keep their sneakers, and go look at those shoes. You can't go wrong by buying another pair of those. So if you're one of those people that are really open with what you get each other with presents, like my wife and I are pretty open about what we get. We send each other links to go buy the thing. I know, it takes the fun out of it, but we make sure that we're choosing to spend our money wisely on things that we would want. So if you're like that, you can go ask your runner, what's their favorite shoe? If they had a dream shoe, what would the shoe be? And you could go buy that shoe for them. I know right now shipping's tough and it might not get here before Christmas, but I guarantee you, if you have a runner, they're going to want a pair of shoes any time of year for any occasion. You will never ever go wrong. Go buy their favorite pair of shoes and they will be extremely happy. So we had answers out here. We had Kevin saying their number one choice would be a pair of Vaporflies. Very popular at the time, very expensive, but you want to impress your runner, you can go get them a pair of Nike Vaporflies. John says a longer battery life on his new watch. Watches are huge on here too. Watches, shoes, you can't go wrong with either one of those. Also, there are some gadgets that are pretty cool. Things like keeping your phone dry. Like right now, I don't really worry about it too much with my iPhone 11. It's waterproof in and of itself, so I tuck that in a pair of I have the short tights that kind of come down to your knees that have the pockets on the sides. If you have runners, those are pretty cool because I don't like wearing the pouches, but it's very cool, and I don't like putting it in my vest. It's always just hard to get to the phone, but it's right there in my pocket, right there tucked up nice and close to my leg. Search them up. They're running tights, athletic tights with the pockets on the side. Those are very cool. Those are definitely something I would want more of. I think I probably got 6 to 8 pair of them already. I could use 20 of them. You never go wrong with those. A race entry, this was huge. Getting your runner a free race entry into something. So if they're an ultra runner, you can go to ultrarunnersignup.com and sign up for a race. If you know there's a race they'd want to do, or just actually have a talk with them saying, look, I know you love running. I know you love traveling and running races. Find out what race they'd want to and go sign up for that race. Give them the okay. This is one of those things that kind of goes unsaid. One of the best things you can give a runner is support. Knowing that the people that love you support what you do is extremely beneficial, because it's difficult, especially if you're an ultra runner and you take a lot of time. That's stressful, it gives anxiety, and knowing that you're having to take so much time to go train for and do the races that you do. So knowing someone is actually supporting you, telling you to go purchase a race, go buy a race as a present, and supporting them in it is extremely beneficial, especially if it's like a dream race, like a Leadville Run 100 or one of these this huge pinnacle type races that everybody wants to run. If you say, hey, it's okay, that's going to alleviate a lot of stress and even the anxiety that comes from asking your significant other if it would be okay. So definitely a huge win if you want your runner to be happy. Again, shoes, watch, those are always big things. Watches, like right now I have a Garmin Forerunner 945, great watch. It's really overkill. It's kind of a triathlon watch, really overkill, but you can ask your runner, especially if they haven't said to you what they want. If you ask what kind of watch would you want if you wanted a watch, that's always a big win. Watches are super important to runners. Someone says they want races to not be canceled in 2021. I don't know if you have any control over that, but if you could make it happen, it'll go over really well for all of us. A free entry into the New York City or Boston marathons that came from West Virginia Running Dawn. And so I'm trying to do something outside of your normal kind of gadgets, running gadgets you'll find on Amazon that, you know, runners are going to get socks and shirts and foam rollers and things like that. I think if you really want to win big with your runners, kind of talk to them what they want to do. It's been a rough year for runners in 2020 with the races being canceled. So runners love to race. They love to go to races. They love to go to destination races. And I think it's really cool if you were to, and probably one of my number one things I think would be outstanding is to sit with your runner and talk to them. If they could choose to go to a race, a destination race, and be all on board with them to, you know, it's going to cost a hotel, maybe, you know, driving or plane travel to one of these big races and support them in that process, I can tell you it would be awesome to them. I know if my wife came to me and said, look, if you want to go do this ultra marathon in Texas and I'm all in, we'll take care of the kids. You and I are going to go. We're going to go do this. I would be ecstatic. That would be a fantastic present. It doesn't take a lot to make a runner happy. I guess if you consider that not a lot. We love shoes. We love watches. We always love running gear. You're never going to go wrong. So I'm not to say that, you know, socks and shirts and running shorts and, you know, nutrition, you know, the goos and all of the things that we eat when we race, those are all fantastic. We always need the stock of those. But like just the support and letting them purchase these bigger items like shoes and watches and races is huge. It really is huge, because those, I know for me, give me a lot of anxiety and getting, because I know the cost or I know the time that goes into them. And I would love, and I have loved, spending the time with my wife doing these races. And I know it's a lot of an ask for her to support me in these races. So knowing that she would be all in with a race and go there with me would be so much less anxiety and stress on me. So keep that in mind. You know, runners, we're not super complicated. We all love kind of the same things. But if you want to win them over, shoes, watches, destination races, giving them the okay to go sign up for these big, expensive races. I know. It's tough, but you know what? That's the life of a runner. We love what we love, and you will be a superhero come the holidays if you can pull one of these off. So that's all I have. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more about running and want to learn a little bit more about running, go ahead and click right here, and I'll see you in the next video.